Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Sunday, June the 11th, 2017. Welcome to the Anthony Taylor Poetry Show, episode number 82. Episode 82. I am proud this afternoon to read a number of poems written by one of our great African American poets, Mr. Langston Hughes. And the first poem is entitled Saturday Night. Excuse me. Saturday night. Play it once, or play some more. Charlie is a gambler, and Sadie is a whore. A glass of whiskey and a glass of gin struck Mr. Charlie till day dawn comes in. Pawn old gold watch and diamond ring, gilt a quart of liquor. Let's shake that thing. Skeety dee, skeety dad, dee dad, do do do. Won't be nothing left when the worms get through and yours a long time dead. Dead too. So beat that drum boy. Shout that song. Shake 'em up and shake 'em up all night long. Hey, hey, ho, hum. Do it, Mr. Charlie, till the red dawn come. The next poem is entitled Day. Well, most surely comes a day when all the sweets you gorge will turn your stomach sick, and all the friends you love will go away. And every gold swift hour will be an hour of pain, and every sun-filled cloud a cloud of rain. And even the withered flowers will lose their long held faint perfume, and you alone will be with you in that last room. Only your single selves together, facing a single dawn. The next poem is entitled Drum. Bear in mind that death is a drum, beating forever till the last worms come, to answer its call till the last stars fall, until the last atom is no atom at all, until time is lost and there is no air, and space itself is nothing nowhere. Death is a drum, a signal drum, calling life to come, come, come. The next poem is called Graduation. Cinnamon, excuse me. Graduation, cinnamon and rayon, jet and coconut eyes. Mary Lou Jackson smooths the skirt at her thighs. Mama, holy oven, bring remainders from the kitchen, where the people all are icebergs wrapped in cheeks, all wrapped in checks and wealthy. Diploma in his new frame, Mary Lou Jackson, eating chicken, tells her mama she's a typist, and the clicking of the keys will spell the name of a job in a fine office. Far removed from basic oven, cook stoves, and iceberg's kitchen. Mama, yes, praise Jesus. Until then, I'll bring home chicken. The diploma bursts its frame to scatter stardust in their eyes. Mama says, praise Jesus. The color race will... Mama says, praise Jesus. The color race will rise. Mama says, praise Jesus. Then, because she's tired, she sighs. This poem by Langston Hughes is entitled Peace Conference in an American Town. At the back fence calling, Mrs. Jones. At the back fence calling, Mrs. Green. At the back fence calling, Mrs. Brown. My blueberry pies, the best in town. At the back fence calling, Johnny Jones. At the back fence calling, Kenny Green. At the back fence calling, Buddy Brown. Come on, let's bat a ball around. At the back fence calling, neighbor, neighbor. At the back fence calling, neighbor, friend. At the back fence calling, neighbor. When is all this trouble gonna end? At the back fence calling, colored, white. At the back fence calling, Gentile, Jew. At the back fence calling, neighbor. At the back fence calling, you. The next poem is entitled From Selma. In places like Selma, Alabama, kids say, in places like Chicago and New York. In places like Chicago and New York, kids say. In places like London and Paris. In places like London and Paris, kids say. In places like Chicago and New York. The next poem I'm going to read is called Testament. What shall I leave my son when I am dead and gone? Room in hell to join me when he passes on. What shall I leave my daughter, the apple of my eye, 1,000 pounds of salt for tears if she should cry? What shall I leave my wife, who nagged me to my death? I'll leave her more to nag about than she's got breath. This poem is entitled Return to Sea. Today I go back to the sea and the wind-beaten rise of the foam. Today I go back to the sea and it's just as thought I was home. It's just as thought I was home again on this ship of iron and steam. It's just as thought I found again the broken edge of a dream. The title of this poem, we're still reading from the selections of poems from Langston Hughes' book. The title of this poem is called Puzzlement. I don't know why they're so hard on me and you. We don't do nothing in the juke joints rich folks don't do. But the rich folks have clubs and licenses and such. Only trouble is we can't afford that much. Oh, what a powerful writer and poet Langston Hughes was. And the last poem of the show is going to be called Song After Lynching. I guess democracy is meant to be just a high-flown sound flying around. Of course, the crackers get mad if I try to pin it down. I guess liberty's supposed to be just a hope. When Negroes try to make it real, they look for a rope. White folks ought to use those fine words that way when they don't mean a thing. Those words say. Getting on the radio about democracy's stall and hurtled up in a Jim Crow ear. Speeches like theirs puzzle me. Justice don't jive with a lynching tree. That concludes the reading of the Anthony Taylor Poetry Show, episode number 82. I hope you have enjoyed these fine selections of poems by the late Langston Hughes. Please see me for the next poetry show. Anthony Taylor, thank you, and have a good day.